What's up, YouTube? My name's Dylan Zachary and I'm a graphic designer. We're going to be starting a brand new series for YouTube, and basically I'm going to redesign a bunch of legendary albums, put my own twist on it. We're going to be starting off with a banger today. We got a Miles Davis record for you guys. Basically what I'm going to be doing with this redesign series is I'm going to pick an album from my collection and I'm going to take that album and I'm going to redesign the cover of it. We're going to talk about the significance of the record, and it's just going to be fun. We have 12 months, so there's going to be 12 redesigns for 2025, and this is the first one up. It is Miles Davis's Milestones. This album came out in 1958. It was the first great quintet that worked on this record. Some people in the quintet, including John Coltrane and Philly Joe Jones. He's an awesome drummer. Yeah, so that's basically going to be this series. We're just going to take these records and we're just going to reimagine them and see where the creativity takes us. Let's jump into the video now and I'll explain my process through the whole redesign. Let's get it. Okay, so here we go. Miles Davis Milestones redesign. Here we go. This is the original album cover from Milestones. As you can see, you got the Milestones ... and the Miles Davis. You got Dr. Jekyll, Sid's Ahead, Two Bass Hit, Miles, Billy Boy, Straight No Chaser. One of the best songs on this album right here, Straight No Chaser. Typical 50s era design. You know, you got this muted background, this very mute orangey brown background with Miles just sitting on a chair with his horn in his hand. You know, your typical Columbia logo, everything, you know, just standard 50s graphic arts at the time, you know. And we got some writing down here, watermark, who like took the picture and whatnot, maybe the year of the album. Take a look right here on my record, my copy. What does it say here? Yeah, here it just says who took the picture. Right down here it just says who took the picture. It says it's Columbia Records, and then where it was printed. It was printed in the US. Yeah, so just Miles on an orange background, orangey brown background, Miles sitting on a chair with his horn in his hand. Nothing crazy here. With this album, I wanted to stick with the original color palette, at least to a point. Here we go with Milestones redesign. So here we have it. Here's my Milestones redesign, and I will take you through I have the actual file pulled up, so I'll take you through the whole process. Okay, so we got the same rustic-y orange color, not so much gradient filled like how this one is like a very gradient based background. This one's just a straight orange color, orange brown color, and we got Miles as the main focus here. This one I wanted to use something a little more mysterious and vague. We got Miles not even looking at the camera. He's smoking a cigarette, as you can tell. You got some of the smoke flare right here. His horn's still in his hand. He's rocking his suit almost like he's like backstage at the show, you know, about to go on or just came off of the show, and he's just kind of chilling, relaxing, smoking a cigarette, you know, not worried about a thing. Since it is the 50s and going into the 60s, I kind of like took this as like a 60s redo, if you will. So I changed it to like a very bubbly text and just kind of made it a little more, just added a little more flair to the process. So we got this huge bubble text here, you know, kept the 4 dots kind of like the original album cover. So we went around in this we put the text in this rounded square, still keeping with the dots like I said. We got the Columbia logo in the top left hand corner, just like the original. We got the Columbia logo here with this like little barcode thing. We got the Columbia here, and then later down the line, a lot of records in the beginning were pressed on mono. So just to kind of show the refresh of this album, I added this little stereo piece right here. This was like a typical thing during the Blue Note era with design. It was just like a black stripe kind of like at the top, kind of like your header, if you will. So we got Dr. Jekyll, Sid's Ahead, Two Bass Hit, Miles, Billy Boy, Straight No Chaser with that black strip there at the Columbia logo. And we got the PC 9428, which is actually the SKU of this record that I own. That's my record, is the PC 9428. So yeah, so we got Miles right here. Miles put into this little round square here with the type all around him. I just did a color overlay over top of Miles, the same brownish color, and then we just gave it a little darkened color. Just add a little texture, add a little flavor. We dropped the Columbia logo in right there, and then we gave it these textured overlays. So we'll pop these off real quick. This is the bare bones record cover. This has no textures on or anything like that. Straight bare bones. This is what it looked like when I initially did it. And then, you know, you gotta spruce it up. You gotta spice it up a little bit. You start throwing a couple different textures over top of it. So I got these really awesome textures from Black Market, which if you never heard of Black Market and you're a graphic designer, go check them out. I'll leave a link below. Black Market has got free textures, and also you can purchase a lot of them too. They're the best textures in the game for sure for a graphic designer. But anyway, yeah, so we start throwing textures over top of this. So you see, like, this makes the record look like it's been torn and beaten and battered a little bit. Like you dropped it a couple times, or you listened to it a bunch of times. You know, you pulled the record out and you examined it a lot. You know, you got the corners all messed up and torn a little bit, so you got these tears right here. Threw another little color burn over there, and then I threw one more over top of it, another record texture that we have here. So this kind of makes it gives it like a little like the record's been sitting in the record sleeve for a long time. You got like the ring wear right here, and you got the corners again. Not so much like this one's been beaten, but like it's been worn. You know, you've pulled the record out a bunch of times, so you can see it here, a little wear here, a little wear there on the corners and everything. Got that ring wear. So then you add the other one on top, so now you get the ring wear on top of the beaten and tattered look. Just gives it a little more flavoring, you know. And then this is like as if you were to leave the cellophane over top of the record still. Just gives it that, like, you know, like you just picked it up at the record store and it was all sleeved up already for you or whatever. Kind of like how I got mine in my protective sleeves at all time, just to keep the record from getting beaten and tattered. This one has obviously had a long life, as it's already beaten and tattered, and now it's just in this, you know, this sleeve right here. Just a really cool additive to the design. And then, last but not least, we got this little $1.99 record price tag. Once again, just adds to the flavoring of it to kind of make it a little bit more believable, and to throw it on a mock-up, and you know, adds a nice little cherry on top to the whole piece. All right, so moving on to the next thing, I'm going to show you some mock-ups I threw together. Obviously, the album cover redesign all said and done. And then this is the album cover redesign with the vinyl that I mocked up too. Zooming in here, you see we got the Columbia around the circle of the vinyl, and then the Miles Davis milestones with the dots, still with the same font. And then we got the track listing here at the very, very smallest point of the circle. And yeah, so that's just the mock-up for this guy right here. And then we bring it over here to the album cover with the record mock-up side to side. So I took the paper off on this piece when I saved it, just to kind of show like if the record was out and like you could actually visibly see it. So you see the price tag here. It's like you're laying the record out on a table or something. You got the record just hanging out of the vinyl. You got the tears and everything. I took out some of the tears at the bottom here. I messed with the layers a little bit just to make it look a little more worn and stuff. So that's kind of what you're seeing on this final piece right here. Together with the orangey brown color here and then the orangey brown color here, it just looks like a piece that would be straight out 1965, if you will. So, I mean, this album came out in 1958, but just like I said, for a refresh, for a stereo pressing of it, I could absolutely see this just chilling in a record store waiting for anybody to come pick it up, you know what I mean? All in all, I mean, this album redesign turned out really great in my opinion. It's nice to mess around with these older records once in a while and just, you know, see what you can do. Maybe you can bring it into the modern age a little bit, you just spruce it up a little bit, make it a little more tighter, a little bit cleaner, change the hierarchy a little bit, and just kind of mess around. That's basically what it is. It's great to get some inspiration from these kind of things. I love doing this kind of stuff personal project wise, because the inspiration comes out in tenfold when you start taking your favorite records and you start redesigning them and you just start messing around and just kind of getting into the creative mind of who designed the original record. And who knows, I mean, maybe Miles Davis would have enjoyed something like this if they would have brought this piece to him. Maybe he would have enjoyed it. Who knows? Maybe he enjoyed the 1958 design a lot better. You know, it's all about getting inspiration. It's all about being inspired, and that's all this series is going to be about. Basically, it's just taking my favorite records and your favorite records and just seeing where your mind takes you, wherever it wanders off, and seeing if it'll stick. You know what I mean? You just gotta play around and sometimes let the creativity take the wheel. I had a lot of fun with this. We're gonna be doing a lot more. I have 2 other projects already in the works right now, and then I have a bunch of other ideas I have in my mind. So, you know, we'll see where this goes. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure you leave a comment, like, and subscribe. That helps so much. Let me know what you think. Give me ideas on what you think I should redesign. Maybe you can recommend an album that I don't even have in my collection, and then I can add it to the pile and maybe redesign it too. I even thought about redesigning Balloonerism back there. That new Balloonerism just dropped. I don't know how you can do that though. That album cover is absolutely phenomenal. That's a great record cover for real. Yeah, so like I said, let me know what you guys think. This is the beginning of this. We're gonna do one every month. So make sure you comment, let me know what you think, and drop some records down below. I'll check them out. Maybe I'll redesign one of the records that you suggest. Anyway, guys, peace.